the experience as climbing the Tooth of Time or Baldy Mountain. That's why it's important to properly prepare your food at the end of the day. We've talked to both Ryan Overstake of MSR Stoves and Ryan Raef of the Ranger Department to tell us a little bit more about the best stoves for Philmont.
For Philmont, no doubt about it, I would say 80 to 90% of the people are going to choose a liquid fuel stove. The canister stoves have challenges here at the ranch at Philmont because we have to pack them in and pack them out. At Philmont, you're typically on a longer trip, 8 or 9 or 10 days, and that's a long time to be going off a canister stove. You'd have to carry multiple canisters to pack them up, pack them in, pack them out. At Philmont, the liquid fuel stoves are widely used because of the nature of coming to Philmont, being out for 8 or 10 days, being with a group of 8 or 12 people. And also, Philmont has caches and supplies of white gas, which is the ultimate liquid fuel, throughout the ranch. So it makes the refillable aspect, the environmental aspect, the weight aspect much better for liquid fuel stoves.
So the liquid fuel stoves work a little bit differently than your canister stoves. These are pressurized in a bottle using a pump. Once this is pressurized, it sends the gas through the tube up to the, well, where the stove is. That's then vaporized, and that's where you get your flame.
The Trading Post stocks absolutely everything you will ever need for a Philmont trek, but it can be a little difficult deciding between stoves, especially between the MSR Whisperlite and the MSR Simmerlite.
Basic difference between the Whisperlite and the Simmerlite is that the Simmerlite is many ounces lighter than the Whisperlite. The Simmerlite also has a fewer parts in it, so in terms of maintaining the Simmerlite, it is a little simpler. There aren't quite as many pieces involved with the Simmerlite. The Simmerlite has a slightly smaller and shorter fuel line, and the Simmerlite simmers a little bit better, largely because of the slightly shorter and smaller diameter fuel line. So the two major differences between Whisper and Simmer are that the Simmerlite is going to offer great flame control, and the Simmerlite is many ounces lighter. The MSR stoves are actually designed around being field maintainable. That's one of the things that we pride ourselves on at MSR, and when compared to the competition, we've realized that all liquid fuel stoves need to be maintained. There's just no way around it. We've built our stoves to be field maintainable. They come with one small tool in the stove, and that small tool will allow you to completely disassemble your stove and rebuild it in the field as long as you have that tool. At Philmont, the Trading Post is pretty good about stocking all of the maintenance kits and service kits required to service our stoves, to include pump assemblies, fuel bottles, caps for the fuel bottles, service kits that contain parts and pieces to rebuild an older stove. The Trading Post has almost all of those parts necessary for the Whisperlite and several other MSR liquid fuel stoves.
If you don't already own your own stove, head on over to the Tooth of Time Traders, where they sell both MSR and Optimus stoves. And of course, the Trading Post staff will be more than willing to help you out.